I know it's late. It was a big week. But you also know why you're here. You're here to hear about this week's comic books. You're here to look at the toys on the wall and go, that guy's crazy. He's loud. He's obnoxious. But he speaks the truth when it comes to comic books. So, shall we get to it? Well, we're going to start off this week, really simple, with Dark Horse, The Massive. Number 4 came out. Now, if you've been reading this series, you know what I'm talking about when I say it is very much like a storyboard of a very interesting, suspenseful unraveling. It's a little slow-paced. Yes, Mad Montreal girl, you're sighing.
Oh, no, I was yawning. I was trying not to be loud.
The book's not boring. It's an interesting book. It does lack a lot of action and so forth, but sometimes better for the brain, something like this. So The Massive's out today. All right, from IDW, the company that surprised everybody. A fun read. Good old Rocketeer. And just to mix things up, we're going to go back to Dark Horse now, with, of course, Conan the Barbarian. If you read Conan, enough said. If you don't read Conan, what's wrong with you? Seriously. Classic storytelling. Okay, that's all I got to say. All right, from the relaunch company, good stuff. Keep on going, keep on going. We're going to talk about Valiant, Harbinger 4, and X-Men of War. Now, Harbinger number 4 was okay, a little on the, we're building up to a story idea, so it was good. But the big one this week, Ninjak, X-Men of War. Shh. I'm not going to say anything else because I was accused of being a spoiler person last time I did a review, even though I'd said spoilers. Now, we know who we're talking about, don't we, folks? For those of you who know, the Spoiler King is not myself. So that's it for the alternates. We're going to do Marvel now. Okay. Probably one of the better I can't speak anymore. It's been a long day. All the book reading. My tongue is tied. But one of the better books that's been going around, they finally wrapped up the story, The Incredible Hulk, the Banner concept. I must admit, okay, this is where I get accused of being a spoiler because I'm going to give you my opinion. I saw it coming. But the interesting point is, if you actually look at the posters for Marvel now, it shouldn't be a surprise of the ending. Saw it coming. Alright, also saw this coming. I'm not going to say anything, because I don't want to be accused of giving away too much. It was probably the best one of the series so far, but predictable. That's right. Saw it coming. Okay, Force to Habit by so-so issue Captain America, which brings up the new Captain America Now that's coming up. There was an article that was posted and reposted and posted too much, showing Captain America number 2 for the October stuff, where Cap has long hair and he's holding a child's hand. Now, I read a couple of things online that haven't been posted, because I'm not going to overpost like somebody else, because people at RX, we know to look up stuff up. And if you go digging for it, you will find some issues. But that little child that Steve Rogers who's holding his hand, keep an eye on that one. Alright, on the fun side for Marvel,
Scarlet Spider.
Scarlet Spider. Come on, they have Texas Twister in there. How can you not have a fun read with that? On the, okay, kind of not happy with the issue.
Fantastic Four?
No, it wasn't very fantastic. The Unfantastic Four. Okay, Winter Soldier. Interesting story as usual. Artwork's still on the scratchy side, but if you've been buying it, you know what I'm talking about. It has that, the plot thickens. Okay, this one I have to say was the worst cover for Marvel this week. It really was a horrible cover. Captain America, Black Widow. Bad cover. Bad. Spank that cover, it's so bad. Alright.
That sounded weird.
Well, you read comic books, you understand. Alright, Journey into Mystery. The Burning Tree continues. Good artwork, story is interesting. Cover was close. Now, wait. Are you ready for all you fan wannabes? All the speculators out there? Because you're sure you're ready? Are you sure? Because I'm actually giving this the Marvel cover of the week, even though it's not really good. This is actually a better artwork cover. But for all you fanboys who like to speculate, look, it's the Avengers!
Ooh.
I'm giving it the cover of the week for Marvel just because the fact it's kind of retro looking. But look, it's Thanos. Avengers 2 movie. Speculate, speculate. And to wrap up the Marvels for this week, the new Avengers, not a great cover. It was a so-so issue. So that's it for Marvel. Now, we're going to do DC. We're going to do the two only DC books that weren't 0 issues. Before Watchmen. Comedian. Oh. Alright issue. Not so great. Look, someone knows how to draw feet. And of course, the best DC cover of the week. And I'm actually giving this cover of the week for all the books as well. The Shade. Final issue. And I'm sad to say it was a bit disappointing how they wrapped it up. On the game side from DC, Arkham. Fun read. Here's a spoiler, okay? Solomon Grundy goes, Grundy! In the book. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the wonderful world of Zeros. And I was accused of throwing a couple of hockey pucks out last week. Well, if you're a DC fan, a real fan, you might want to suit up because guess what? There's a couple of strike balls coming right at you. Alright, shall we get to it? The Zeros. Alright, Batman Zero.
Was it good or bad?
How can I put it this way? Ooh, remote control Batarang.
You had the hardest time with that in the video game.
Yeah, well in the video game it's hard. In the comic book it was like,
I did
oh
it
wow,
though.
saw that coming.
I did it, high five.
Alright.
Oh, no high five.
No high five. Batgirl Zero. There's a lot of hype about this. This is the hype I have. Let down big time. The only thing that was cool about this, here's another spoiler, okay? Her first attempt at a Batgirl costume was sort of cute. That's it. The rest of it, anyone who reads comic books already knows her story, and the fact that okay, wait. Spoiler King, are you watching? Here's a real spoiler. At the end, they actually make a reference to a very famous joke. Alright. Demon Knight Zero, it was alright. It was one of the few that wasn't a strike ball. This was more of a, sort of a left field but short. You might have gotten the first base of this one. That's about it. Oh, here, batter, and swoosh! Suicide Squad 0.
Out of 10, what would you rate it? -5?
No, it's still Suicide Squad. However, it was predictable. The artwork was okay, so we'll be nice. We'll give it a 3-ball count. Almost walked to first base. But getting back to the strikeouts, here we go. You ready for it? Booyah! You're out of here! It's Big Zero. Grifter. Artwork was fine for this one, but you'd have to be a literate moron of the nth degree not to know the story of Frankenstein. Yes, they do Frankenstein in World War II, but still. Disappointing. Now, this one, I actually had hopes of this one because, hey, it looked interesting, it looked like a good possibility. And what happens with it? Team 7-0? Well, look, it's Black Canary's mother. Such a letdown. This was a foul ball. Okay. This one, I was hoping, at least they're going to end this series on a good note. This really should have been number 13, but they made it 0 instead. Which is oddly enough so wrong, because this is the only 0 that actually went, hey, now I actually want to read the book even more. Resurrection Man 0. Yes, the book, I hated when it first came out, ended on such a good note that I'm like, why are they canceling it now? Wow, DC doesn't know what they're doing.
How come all the covers have to be the same thing?
Because it's DC being uncreative. Okay, Ravager 0. I think the ball went that way somewhere. Okay, now, probably one of the most I don't know, misleading zero title of the week. Legion lost 0. It doesn't tell you how they got back in time. It doesn't explain to you why they're chasing this guy back in time. It's really a Timberwolf origin story. Wait for it. The artwork was good in this one, but if you've been reading Batman for the longest time, you already know this origin story.
Batman and Robin.
Damien's origin story.
Batman.
Okay, I'll give it a 5, because it was kind of fun, because it's Damien as a little baby, and there's, as Leroy would say, violence, but still. Alright, wait, oh no. Okay, 2 more to go. Are you ready? Can they walk someone? Let's go with Superboy 0. Okay, DC, we get the clone stuff. 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 We get the clone stuff.
Do we get the clone stuff?
Clone stuff. And I know some people are actually trying to speculate on this one. They speculated on the new Green Lantern last week. The Green Lantern Corps 0 came out. Or they should really call it Guy Gardner 0. So yes, once more DC's taking an origin of a character we all kind of knew and figured, oh well, let's mess people's heads up. Let's change it.
We have like 37 seconds.
That's fine. We'll be wrapping up in less than that. So that's it for the Zeros. So once more, a big strikeout for the Zeros. Now the one thing from DC I was looking forward to this week, graphic novel time, the Judas coin. Come on, you think, Walter Simonson, how can you go wrong with this? I mean, there's no continuity at DC because, here we go, you ready? Spoiler time? The first story is about Judas and hangs himself. Okay? But what happens with this book is, it begets by the end, it just wraps up by being somewhat schizophrenic. So overall, a so-so week.